Leo or Leo Crosswatcher, this is for you guys. Thank you for being here with me today. All right, remember you can reverse this if you need to. It's not going to be for everybody, but here's what I'm getting. I wrote down a little bit. Something to do with somebody agreeing with you, okay? Or I guess it could be you agree with someone, but I'm going to say this is someone who's agreeing with you. Also, you're going to hear my neighbors mowing or weed eating. Sounds like they're weed eating. So also could be something to do with, like, is something going on with someone's throat here, or maybe even their nose, like throat, nose, ears, nose, throat, upper respiratory. I don't know if it's like your point of view, or they see your point of view, someone sees your point of view, or they see your perspective, or they see that what you're saying is the truth. You're right. It's like if somebody's saying you're right about something and someone agrees with you. This could be anybody, anyone. It could be people through work. It could be your family. Someone in your family agrees with you. Your partner, your ex, a friend. Someone's in agreement with you. Or someone could be in an agreement with someone else about you. You know what I mean? Like someone, here's what you have to say, so that's nice. You're being heard. That's always good to hear. You know? Wow. So you're being heard. Maybe you're not used to being heard. Maybe you feel like you're not being listened to, or people really aren't, or haven't in the past tried to really see your side of things or listen to what you have to say, but now they're listening. So whatever you're saying, or however you see something, or whatever it is, your point of view, it's like, I concur. You're right. This could be about anything. This could be about lifestyle. It could be like, if you're like, you know what, I think that we should really be eating this because this is not healthy for us. Someone's like, yep, Leo's right, or Crosswatcher's right. Or it could be about family, like, you know, I think that maybe we should do this regarding this person in the family, or I feel like I should handle it this way. Someone's like, yep, I agree, I think that's the best way to handle it, or something like that, you know? Whatever this is, it feels like something that you've decided. It's something that you've decided is not healthy or isn't good, or you see it for how it is. You see the truth about something, and then you share your view on it, your viewpoint, and whoever this is concurs. So there's no resistance here, basically. You need to know. This message is pretty simple, like straight out the gate, straight and narrow. It is what it is. There's no mincing of the words here. No, I feel like whoever's going to resonate with this, you're right. You're entirely right, and another individual agrees with you. Or maybe more than one individual agrees with you. The whole damn office agrees with you. Your whole collective agrees with you. Whatever it is, they're like, yes. Like, you make it very clear, too. Whatever it is, you know what you're talking about. People can trust what you say. They know that you're saying the truth. You know, you're not doing anything or saying anything or making any sort of decision or choice or even judgment call. It feels more like a choice or something. Out of harsh judgment. I mean, it's clear to see. That's the thing. Whatever your point is, it's clear. You've made your point known, and it is clear and obvious that you are right. Let's say it's about something negative. Let's say it's about a negative person, or someone that you're like, this isn't healthy anymore, or this connection, this relationship, this friendship, this something like, this is why I don't have a relationship with this person in my family right now, or why I keep a safe distance, or this is why I've chosen to whatever, or this is what's best for all involved, or something like that. Whoever a person is to you, or maybe if it's more than one, they're like, yeah. And I don't feel like this is an agreeable person, or it's agreeable people, like they just want to agree with you for the sake of agreeing with you, or they just think that you're right. No, I feel like they know. They can tell. Let's say it's something about your own life. Let's say you're like, I'm going to be making some changes that I think will be better for me. This will be what I want to do. I'm thinking about doing this, but also I could be doing this. Like, let's say you give a couple of options here for something for your own life. someone could agree, like if you say, but I think I'm going to go with this one, or it could be as simple as making an appointment. I think I'm going to choose this day because this feels right for me. Another person's going to be like, yeah, I think you're right. That's the best thing to do. Let's say you want to get surgery or something, or you want to have some sort of certain day for something, or maybe you want to just go to the doctor and you're like, I think I need to go get seen, or I need to whatever it is. It's like, okay, yeah. I mean, this whole message is very nice because there is zero resistance in what you're presenting or what you're saying or how you're seeing things. None whatsoever. And if this doesn't have to do with another person agreeing with you, this could just be like your higher self knows that this is the best thing for you to do, or this is the right decision. You are seeing things right. You're seeing them exactly how they are. You're seeing them clearly. And maybe like you're it's almost like I could say intuition, but it's deeper. It's different than intuition. Like you've got some sort of knowledge also, like maybe even, I don't want to say the word proof here. It doesn't feel like the right word, but you're right. Let's say you're in a relationship, or someone on the outside of you is in a relationship, and maybe you're telling them, you know, well, haven't they cheated on you before? Didn't they just lie to you? I just think that it would be best if maybe you decided to stay single, or I said sting. Yeah. You've seen how someone's been hurt by something and you're like, look, maybe it's best if you keep your distance, or kind of maybe you've thought that about yourself. Maybe I shouldn't get too comfy with this person because I have been stung by them before. And I got ill in Geminis, and I'm not thinking about stinging with ills, it's more electrocution, but maybe you're connected to a Gemini, it's popping in my head. Or maybe you should just watch that message. Maybe there's something to that there. And you could be like, I'm going off of the facts, and this is what I see, and this is not just intuition, like how I feel, like this is proof, this is what's happened, and so therefore, because those things have happened before, I'm going off of the history of things, and in order to not have history repeat itself, I think change needs to occur, or some sort of ending needs to happen. That could also be the case. So whatever it is, I want to say this is super simple. If we need to get a bonus, we will, but I'm getting the message. You know what you're talking about. You're absolutely onto something here. You're right. It may even be something that you said a while ago, and it's going to, like even a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe the beginning of the year, maybe it's something that, I don't know. And it's going to end up being where people are seeing that you were right about something. Like you know what you're talking about. You're not like a know-it-all. You're not saying blah, blah, blah. No. You see something for what it is, and you go with that. And it's a good thing because now others are going to see it how you see it, or something like that. Let's say it's something as simple as like just, maybe you're like, you know what, I feel like I'm getting a little sick, I need to go to the doctor. Maybe it's nothing, maybe, you know, and then it's like a cold. And you're right, maybe you're like, I feel like I got a cold. You find out you have a cold. You know what I mean? It could be that simple. Or you're like, you know, I think it's about time that I do this for myself. And maybe you've been putting it off, or you've been putting other things above you, or you end up doing it, you end up setting the date, you end up doing whatever it is, just an example. And it's a good thing you did, because something right after happens, but it's a good thing you got this out of the way. You see what I'm saying? Like, go with your sharp mind. Like, your mind is sharp as fuck right now. Now let me see this a different way. There could be someone here who sees the truth about something now. It could be about maybe how they treated you, or how they treated a situation, and they may be wanting to possibly like rectify a situation here and speak to you truthfully, honestly. I want to tell you something honestly. And then it will be up to you if you really want to deal with someone or not. And that could definitely be the case. Like, some of you may decide to keep someone at like arm's length if you even deal with them again. Some of you will have to, whoever this is, however, but you're not going to be as you were before. You may listen to what someone has to say, but meanwhile, you already see them how you see them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you already know what you know. You know the truth of how someone really is. Have they changed? Maybe. Maybe someone has changed. Maybe someone's different. Maybe, you know, but still, I feel like you only get that one shot with you. You know what I mean? That's not for everybody, but it's like, yeah, well, it's fine. I don't have to hate you. I don't have to, you know, but I mean, maybe you're talking to like a child of yours and they're like, yeah, but I'm thinking about being friends with so-and-so again. And you're like, oh, okay. And you know, you can't really like, I mean, they gonna do what they gonna do. And anyway, so, but you could tell them what you gotta tell them. But then meanwhile, you know, you're listening to them. You don't want them to not be able to come to you with things. So you listen, but at the end of the day, you know. You may even have some sort of wisdom that someone doesn't have. Like, you saw it before them, or other people in general, if it's more than one. You see it. And whereas somebody may not have wanted to listen to you at first, now it's like come full circle. Something's gonna come full circle. It could be, I'm telling you something, something's gonna come full circle. There may be even something that you didn't have proof on necessarily, but that's where the intuition comes in. You're in, oh, that's my, I changed the sound for my new timer. Isn't this much more soothing? Much more pleasant than the other shit I had. I forgot what I was saying. Totally forgot. Just slipped me. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I changed that last night. I was like, you know, I'm kind of tired of the same old, like, same old here. And so I changed it. And I went through the sounds and I ended up liking that one the best because it just gave me good vibes. Good vibes here all day. Let's say you said something before, or you're currently, this could be a current thing, something you're saying currently, about, something that you know is dangerous, maybe even wrong, evil, cruel, corrupt, toxic, controlling. I mean, you know, it's something that you see that's not good. You say it, you're firm on it, maybe even loud about it, whatever that means. Doesn't necessarily mean volume-wise loud. You could just mean that you meant what you said and you said what you meant. And it's going to come to pass that, yeah. And then once it comes to pass, because it will, I think you're entirely on it right now. I'm telling you right now, you are. Or you were in the past and it's now you're going to see that you were right. Either way, whether now or before, once it's shown that you weren't just being like judgmental, or you weren't just being harsh, or you weren't just being paranoid, or you weren't just being, you weren't complaining or whatever. You were right, okay? You were simple, you were right. You weren't holding a grudge, you weren't, whatever. Because this is going to be different for everybody, whatever this is. Then, the people or the person, if it's only one, that sees that you were right and accurate, I hear accurate is the word, about something, those individuals or that individual will then have to decide to make changes themselves. Could be lifestyle changes, could be changes in the friend group, changes in the romantic life, changes in the family. Like, they're gonna have to make some changes. Could be something to do with changing something on the internet, changing something, quitting something, stopping something, or Like, let me give an example. Okay. Let's say you have, I'm going to say a neighbor. This is just the first thing popping in my head. Let's say you have a neighbor and you've been telling someone in your family, someone you live with, a roommate, whoever, okay? Or your child, you're like, listen, I don't know what I feel about that person over there. It's not just my gut, my intuition. I've seen some things, like whatever it is, you've seen some things that don't jive well with you. They don't fit right with you. They don't feel right with you. You've told these people, you've told this person, whoever they are. And they end up seeing it eventually. Maybe they see it right away. Maybe it's taken them a while, whatever, they see it. And when they see it, then they're going to be like, okay, now they're right. Leo or Crosswatcher's right. And so now I'm not going to go over there anymore. I'm not going to say hi to them when I see them anymore. I'm going to kind of keep a distance because maybe they're not good. Maybe there is something going on over there. See what I mean? Maybe you gave advice even. You might have given advice at some point, and it's not because you were speaking out of your ass. It's because you have experience. Maybe because you've learned something the hard way, or I don't know. So you gave your input about something given experience, and once someone sees it, or people, if it's more than one, see it, they will then change it themselves. Like they won't do it. Like let's say you're like, you say something about drinking because you used to be an alcoholic. I'm using myself as an example. And people at first, I don't know how they took it at first, but maybe they weren't willing to let go, or maybe they were like, I don't know. Maybe they listened right away. Either way, they eventually come around full circle and they eventually see what you're talking about here. Maybe you tell someone, you know, you could really have anybody. I understand love is love. You can't help who you love. But just know that I think the person that you're involving yourself with is kind of like piggybacking off you a little bit. I don't really know if they're up to par with you. I don't know if they're trying in life like you are. I don't know. I'm just saying, I just want you to kind of keep your eyes peeled. Maybe they didn't receive that well. I don't know. It's just an example. And you know, maybe they're not as driven, or maybe they see all your potential, they see everything you've got going on, but they're just kind of like, you know, and just telling you they love you. But do they really though? Because they don't seem to really love themselves. I mean, I'm just going off what I see here. It's not about feelings. It's about what you fucking see, you know? So then you see it, you say it, and then they're not listening at first, or maybe they do, I don't know. Eventually they end up seeing it. Like, I don't know what causes it, but eventually someone ends up seeing it. So this whole message should be news to someone's ears. Like, oh, thank God. Now I don't know when it's going to happen. It's going to be different for all of us, but someone's eventually going to see. If anyone's done wrong against you, I don't know. I wouldn't hold your breath on it, but it's possible they could end up saying that they need to fucking stop. There's something they need to stop. Something they need to stop doing. They need to stop doing something against you, or they need to stop talking to you a certain way. They need to stop disrespecting you. It's, you know, something. They'll see. Maybe they'll end up seeing the hard way, or they need to see that it's time for them to turn over a new leaf, or maybe something will happen where a bit of pain will be caused to them. Something will wake them. I think something will wake someone up where they're going to be like kind of thrust is the word, thrust into seeing that maybe their behavior has not been honorable. Maybe they shouldn't have done the things they've done. Maybe they've been some type of way with you and they shouldn't have been. I don't know. I like it. I like this whole message. It's very, very cut and dry. It's very simple. It's clear. I mean, I can think of so many scenarios now popping in my head. I'm picturing somebody driving right now. That's what I'm seeing. I'm getting a vision. And I'm seeing whoever's driving, perhaps someone's told them, like, you shouldn't drive on an expired license, or you shouldn't drive with tags that are expired, or you shouldn't drive, something to do with somebody driving. You shouldn't drive at night. Like, there are so many examples I could give, but we would be on here forever. I'm just going to give just one more, okay? Let's say you told someone, you know, it's actually really safe. Like, it's really unsafe to go places at night. I'm not saying anybody said this. I'm just saying if you have. It's better to get your grocery shopping done during the morning. It's better to go, if you can, during the day or on the weekend, like set time where it's like the safer hours, there's more light on you. It's better to park where there's a camera on you, park near the front, or lock your doors when you're going to put up your cart. And maybe someone didn't listen at first. Maybe they did. Maybe they've been listening the whole time. But if they didn't, maybe they have like some sort of, I don't know, moment of clarity. Whatever that is. Maybe nothing happens to them, but then they end up seeing that something happened to someone on the news, and it's around about the same type thing that you were talking about, and they're like, oh shit, she or he was right, Leo was right. That's why they tell me to do that. That's why they tell me not to shop at night. That's why they tell me to like look in the car, look under the car before I get in it. That's why they tell me to like lock my doors when I'm going to put up my cart. You see what I mean? That's why they tell me to not pick up my phone and text while I'm driving. Yeah. Or that's why they told me to not be with this person, because they're lying to me, or they were using me, you know, whatever you said. You're right. And not only just it's about, Leo's right. No, you really just, you are here. You're either right or you're wrong, and you're right. In this scenario, in this case, whatever it is, you have been right about. And it's because you have experience, I feel, or you just know what you're talking about. Like you've seen it with your own two eyes. You've experienced it in your own life. You've experienced it enough times to know. You've seen enough of these people to know. Like, you know, you're like, if someone does you this way, this is probably why. Maybe you've experienced enough players to know what a player is like in there. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's what I'm getting here. Simple message. We're going to keep it at this for this one. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.